Well, I'm way back here, the far end of the brickyard that I call the brickyard, where I stored some bricks I got from a barn foundation. I've got a couple tractors back here. Here's the Super C I got for $350 and the cost of hauling it. And I got a 1942 H I got for $225 and $50 a gas to haul it. I suppose that one cost at least $50 a gas too. Neither one was real close, 50 miles. I think that one was more like 75 miles. But it was only $225. But the problem is I've already taken the steering wheel off. I've taken the pulley off. See a little rust there, must have got in through here. I've taken, there was no seat on it, so I found one of my seat brackets that I got from disassembling a seat that worked perfect for a clevis. I tied a couple 2x4s to each wheel. The only thing is that top one, I didn't put end for end, sideways. I put it crossways where it could snap right in half. But we'll hope it don't do that. I've got all the bolts out. Most of these were all the same length. There were the pulley. The pulley, you had to take the bolts out, but these two probably could have stayed in there and then just got lifted up with it, but it'd be more like a boat anchor on the end. And the reason I'm taking it off is because these are froze up. Nothing to move. This won't shift. It just goes back and forth in neutral. And so these slider rails right there must be rusted up. And it must be in 2 gears at once. You'd think I could tell something from looking at that if I was used to looking at it, but I'm not. Oh, there's two that are together. I don't think 2 are supposed to be together. Those are probably the 2 that are in 2 gears. Well, anyway, I'm pulling this to do it the easy way. I'm not going to reach through this hole. Then I can see what shape the gears are in, see if any of these teeth are missing, and see how much rust's in it. I drained out about 1.5 gallons of water, typical. And there's where I removed the steering post. I think these are blind bolts, not sure. But I just set the pulley here. These are all December 1941 casting dates. Everything's casting dates except the engine. That's earlier. It's a couple months earlier. But I use this wagon to bring. Then I grab my porta power. I'm going to put the porta power right in between here and here and see if that will push it up. Here's one of the dates right there. Oh, it's real bright, so I suppose it ain't going to come out. And the brake there's making it shady, but it says 12/16. Forget it, it's in the shade. K. And that's typical for all the dates. They're all in December. The axle casting dates are right here on the edge on both sides. And the wheel casting dates are easy to see. Usually I can see the casting dates on the bell housing tube and the tranny case, but in this case I couldn't find them. So let's see, I gotta break this loose. Then I gotta see, once it's broke loose, I'm gonna see if one going crossways will snap, because if it's broke loose, that might hold it even going. It was easier to put the screws in, so I'm going to get this in place. I'll put it on pause while I put it in place. So It seems like this is rounded right there, so I'm going to see if it's going to slip or not. Let's crank and see if it's going to break the seal. Pretty sure I got all the bolts out. Went all the way around. I mean, it's pretty easy to see around the perimeter that the bolts are out. I did have this one in the corner in there for a while, but I got it out of there. And it was the same with that one in the corner. It's behind the pedals. I got it out of there. So let's crank. Let's see what happens. It's amazing how stuck these things can get. Here's the case right here then. Jeez, it just pushed real hard and then flew down on the ground. Let me push pause again. Hey, I found a spot that's on the right side of the axle trumpet, up against the brake drum cover. So that looks straight up and down there. So let's see what that does. Oh, I heard something. Ooh, look at that. There's a crack. There were supposed to be 2 bolts in the under there, but I only took out 1. But the brake thing there kind of covers that up. Well, let's just crank it some more. I'm down here looking. I don't see any more bolts down under there. So, ouch. Ooh, yeah, if you hit this thing, it ain't gonna move. Ah. Okay, yeah, there it comes. Look at that now. Okay. Now let's put it on the other side and break the gasket loose on the other side. I imagine this side hasn't done anything yet. Well, let's see if I can put it in the same spot right here. As you can see, it's over here now. It's the left side. Look at that. That just got bigger. Okay, she's broke loose. Crank that back. Okay, so now what I want to know is, will that one board going crossways, when you get the wrenches off there, it's just more weight, and yeah, those bolts were plenty rusty. Those are the steering wheel ones. It had one big one. Those are most of the perimeter ones. And then there's some pulley ones that were that long. Okay, so my spring isn't working in this come along, so, oh, I see it bending again. Yeah, the spring ain't pulling that in, so well, I'll have to put it on pause to do it. It's either going to break it and I got to double it up, or it'll lift it, because it's not caught on anything now. Yeah, it's going to snap it in half, I think. I don't want to keep going, because if I just double it up or change it to endways or put 2 of them there, then I don't have to lift this heavy thing. So I'm just going to double that up. Be back when I get that done. Oh, wait a minute. One last attempt here. It's still stuck up here in the front, see? Just didn't pop up. So, there. There, now maybe it'll be different. Yeah, now it's lifting it with just one 2x4 crossways, but probably isn't a good idea. I would say put 2 of them there if you're going to do it crossways. Oh, I see a bull gear. I saw a couple bull gears showing up. I don't see rust. Must just be stuck in 2 gears. There went the shifting forks. Huh. Well, there's not much oil in there. I did get all the water out. Okay, well, let me put it on pause till I get this moved. Moved out of the way. It turns out the shifting forks can't come straight up because of these brake pedals and clutch pedals. Oh, the clutch I can just put a block in. So we're down to the brake pedals. First it was get the pulley out of there, pulley assembly. Then it was the steering wheel thing. Now it's the brake pedals. Who would have thought? I imagine you could normally push them in, but they're froze up kind of. Especially this outside one. It's not froze there. I'll see if I can just pull that cotter key and pound this off the edge. And then maybe this inside one seems to go further. Let me try that. Let me pause. I don't have a pliers back here. I never even planned on doing that. Nope, no pliers. Oh, look what I did. I took it and lowered it down a couple notches, and that took the pressure off these pedals. And then with it leveled off more, I lift it up right here, and I see that these I'm able to just lift them up around where they're catching right there. So, oh, my gasket's broke. Probably was broke. That's where it was leaking some water there. Anyway, now that I got this free, I'm gonna move this off to the side so I can see if I can unlock these rear wheels. They're both locked. So that's what made it good to put these sticks going up 2x4s, because they're locked. Can't go anywhere. So if I get this unlocked, I guess I couldn't use that method, or I'd have to, yeah, well, we'll see. And then I think this is light enough to lift anyway. I've lifted it before. Okay, I'm going to put this on pause and move that off to the side.